Terrific. So, terrific. So, terrific. So, terrific. So, terrific. So, terrific. So. For some reason, our sound is not broadcasting. For some reason, our sound is, or at least you guys aren't. I don't hear you guys coming over. I hear me. You guys aren't. I don't hear you guys coming over. I hear me. You guys aren't. I don't hear you guys coming over. I hear you're not. It's not coming over the stream. It's you're not. It's not coming over the stream. It's you're not. It's not coming over the stream. It's you're not. It's not coming. It's you're not. It's not. I don't know why. I'm gonna turn on the music for the game and let's see if that happens because we're gonna be starting here pretty soon. So let's just do this. Hey, 32 months. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. But when I'm looking, but when everything says it's going across, but for some reason I don't hear everything it says it's going across, but for some reason I don't hear everything says it's going across, but for some reason I don't hear everything says it's going across, but for some reason I don't hear everything says it's going across, but for some reason I don't hear everything says it's going across, but for some reason I don't hear. Yeah, can anybody hear the players talking? There's no voice coming across, so it's like you hear your voice? You hear your voice? You hear your voice? I do not. I do not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm checking. I'm checking. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I don't. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I don't. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I don't. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I don't. Pausing the music. Pausing the music. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this thing started and then we'll work on it afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and just get this thing started and then we'll work on it afterwards. Whatever. I have an issue that you want to play an elf, but I have no problem with your voice. Yeah, good character. Oh, no. Yeah. All right. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Agora Quest 1E1 shots. Hopefully, 1E1 shots. You can hear me. I want to get a sound check for the players. If we can just go round robin. Varus, can you give us a quick sound check from your side, please? All right. Thank you. Ronnie, good morning or good evening, sir. Hopefully things are going well for you. Amen, brother. I like the acorns. Deglin, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening. Deglin, are you with us? I don't hear. Yep, see, so there we went. So I did the audio, and it should be, when you guys are talking, it should be coming through the audio capture, but it's not. And I don't know why. Let me go to my advanced audio. Monitor off. Deglin, can you give me another sound check, please? Checkity check. Yeah, there's nothing coming out on the stream, I take it, for those that are listening on the stream. I can't turn the stream volume on because then I'll start getting like feedback of my own voice. But I am hearing nothing coming from Twitch, and I don't know why. I've got the audio capture set up to go through. Let's probably because of this. Try again, Deglin.
I worship the God just God.
There we go. Now we have, excuse me. Now we have voiceage, and I am a happy guy. All right, so let's see if we can go back around. Zadkill's not here. Nephron, good evening, sir.
Good evening and happy St. Patty's Day.
Yes, sir. We'll talk about that. Baron, good evening, sir.
Good evening and happy St. Gertrude's Day.
Yes, St. Gertrude's Day it is. And I'd like to welcome everybody, as I said, to our humble abode here on Agora Quest. I am Sean, your host, and we are a 1E stream. So hopefully you guys are here to see a 1E Dungeons & Dragons game. If you're not, okay, sit in.
Well, you're in the wrong place.
You're either in the wrong place or you have come to the right place. But I'd like to welcome everybody. I apologize for sort of the hiccups here. And it happens that I switch back and forth using the same video and audio for my work computer as I do my home computer. I just got a little switch here, and I just hit the button, and all my monitors and all my audio and everything switches. But a lot of times NVIDIA gets confused. And my new headphones, it has actually two channels. It's got the audio chat and then the audio gaming. And so for some reason it switches to gaming, but to do it gaming, I've got to have my microphone plugged in. But I don't use the microphone off my headset. I use my boom mic here. So anyway, bottom line is I saw it said my headphone name, but I wasn't paying attention that it was said gaming as opposed to chat. So once I hit chat, now it's all audio and it feeds it through OBS correctly. But anyway, that's just because I'm still a newbie at this, and after 3 years you would think I'd start to get my shit together, but nope. There's always something. But anyway, if you're new here, welcome. Old hands, welcome back. I appreciate the renewals there, Deglin and Varus.
Excuse me, Ed.
Oh, thank you, sir.
For you.
Yep, appreciate that. But yeah, man. So don't forget, as you watch the stream, you earn tokens, and you can trade those tokens in by clicking the little gold coin underneath the chat box. It'll pop open a window. You can trade coins in to give natural ones and natural 20s to your favorite DM or player of choice. Just let us know who it's for, and we'll assign it to them. If you can't decide, I am not just going to do it to the party anymore. As we've talked about, it's going to be a dice roll-off, and everybody's going to roll off, and the highest person will get it given to them, as opposed to just having it for the party. That way it makes it a little more problematic trying to save up those Nat 1s and Nat 20s just to drop on whoever might need it at the time. So anyway, don't forget that. If you want to help support the stream, which I'll say it over and over again, we cannot tell you how much we appreciate it enough. In fact, I just got my latest installment. It's like every 2.5 months now we're getting a check from Twitch, and it went right into the savings, and it rolled right back into content and hosting services and stuff. So we definitely appreciate you guys showing up here. But to that point, for every 100 bits you cheer, you can grant your player or DM a +1. Those do carry over, because if you're going to spend your hard-earned coin helping us out, then we're going to go ahead and allow those to carry on from stream to stream. So as of right now, nobody has any Nat 1s or Nat 20s, but when it comes to +1s available, I have a +2 available. Deglin, you have a trio of +2s, so you got 3 +2s available. Baron, you have a +5, a +3, and a +2. Nephron, you have a pair of huzzah! Nephron, you have a pair of +2s. Ronnie Noblight has a single +2. Varus, you have a +3 and a +1. And Zadkill, should he arrive anytime, gets a +5, a +2, and a +2. So you got a +5 and a pair of +2s.
Hell yeah!
So as you watch the stream, if you appreciate it, like I said, cheer those 100 bits, help support the stream, help your players out, and we definitely appreciate it. Also, we have a tip jar. If you want to do a one-time tip, you can do that as well. If you don't want to do a recurring subscription, whatever, tips are actually, I think, a better way to help support streams and content that you like, because you don't have to worry about memberships being renewed when you don't want them renewed. And two, instead of splitting 50-50 with Twitch, the only thing that gets charged is whatever you donate. There's a processing fee that gets taken out of that by whomever is doing the processing. And I like to use the example of, we've gotten a couple of tips here since I've been running the stream. We got one from Troy, Cannibal, for those who know. And we got another one from one of my other players, Jacob, who plays Nilo in my 5e game. He dropped a tip on us, and it took like a $2 processing fee out, so we got the remainder of the balance, as opposed to having to split it 50-50 with Twitch. But yeah, that's just different ways you can help support the stream. The other ways, of course, word of mouth. Let people know who we are, where we are. Let us know when we stream, every Monday, every other Friday. And so we do both 1E and 5E, same time, every stream. And lastly, if you like Greyhawk, like we like Greyhawk, we're all Greyhawk all the time. Check out the Greyhawk Creatives team page. And if you want the link, just !socials. I think Varus posted it here a little bit ago. !socials. You get all of our different places you can hook up and connect with us. If you're not able to watch this whole stream, you can catch the VOD on YouTube. Usually right after the game's done, I'll get that exported, and sometime a few hours later, however long it takes Twitch to process. I mean, not Twitch, but YouTube to process. It'll show up there. So go check us out there. And anyway, let's talk about the game, where we are, what we've been doing. If you recall, our party just completed the mission for Ronnie Noblight. Ronnie was looking to advance in the Order of the Golden Dawn, and as part of that, he had to execute some task. Now, normally the task is you hold some sort of a competition with the druid whom you're looking to replace. It could be a combative, it could be a test or a challenge. For example, one historical battle took place between two druids, and the goal was who could catch the most fireflies in the course of an evening. And so this case, it was a little more troublesome in that the individual whose place Ronnie was to take was actually teaming up with a group of dragon cult worshippers, and they were what people thought was trying to raise a red dragon that was sleeping under the mountains, when in fact what they were doing is they were trying to gate in a rather powerful demonic lava dragon from the plane of fire and ash. And so Ronnie undertook the mission along with his compadres. They managed to stop the cult, or at least most of the cult, stop them from the gating of this horrific dragon that was coming through. And Ronnie himself managed to, in single combat, take out the druidess, whose place he was going to take. And so the party then left the cult region, went back down into Selene, which is the land of the elves, for those that are unfamiliar. And instead of traveling back through the land of elves like they expected and heading back to the free city of Greyhawk, they were actually detoured and asked to join Queen Yolande, who is the queen of all the elves, the star, the jewel of the elves, if you will. And who can refuse an invitation from the queen of the elves, who most say is bent on...
Who can refuse a magic user with that much power?
Yes. And so the party went to visit with Queen Yolande, and they discovered that it was a twofold sort of a meeting. One, she wished to express her deepest gratitude in that the party stopped the cult from doing whatever heinous task that they were doing. But two, they discovered that something was going on once again with the old one. Ayuz is missing. People are unable to locate where he is at. They do not believe he is still within the city of Daraka, which the party knows very well, because right before this mission, their mission before was actually into the city of Daraka, although they fortunately never encountered Ayuz himself. They did manage to encounter a few of his underlings. And so the party, as it was discussed that there was something going on, and so the Queen Yolande asked that the party meet with the Church of St. Cuthbert once again, for something was going on, and the church may have a little more information than the queen did, but she gave them whatever information she could. And so that's kind of where we left off last session. Party, is there anything that I may have missed, or any clarification about what was said previously?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
I object.
You object. And so the session tonight begins as you guys have finished your meeting with Yolande and are getting ready to get yourselves awake and underway for the next day, which is the 18th day of Good Month, which, for those that don't know, it's roughly August or September time frame. And that is where we are going to begin tonight's episode of Agora Quest 21 Shots, as we begin our new session, which I am calling Something Wicked This Way Comes. And so you guys depart your dinner with Lady Yolande, and you return to your respective chambers where you guys are given a place to sleep for the evening after you have eaten. I don't think anybody, when we left last, I don't think anybody had any real questions for the Queen, or if there were questions, they could be answered. But I will allow sort of a retcon if you guys would like to ask any questions or get any additional information that you may have either forgotten or I did not articulate well enough.
Question. So she does not know where the old one is, but we have to go to the Church of St. Cuthbert to find out where the old one is?
Right, because she explained to you that she had received word via messenger from the high priestess of the church to inform you guys, should she see you or should your task have been completed, to please have them expedite their journey home. And she gave some information to the effect that Ayus went missing. They believe a large contingent of his army, although not his whole army, but a rather large portion of his army is missing. And for whatever reason, nobody seems to know whither they have gone. And so I will say that Hildefar Paravis, who is the great druid of the Golden Dawn, did make an appearance at your meeting with the Queen. And so she also agrees that as a member of the Society of the Golden Dawn, now that he is moved into the rank of junior lieutenant, only junior because it's like the senior and junior senators from a state. He who was elected first is the senior. He who was elected last is the junior. And so being the newest member of her conclave, she has directed Ronnie Noblight to be her representative with this group as they investigate and try to determine just what may be going on with Ayus.
Just don't call it a harem, DM.
And you're not a harem, buddy. We know that you don't play that game. So you ain't nobody's
They were
harem.
going to transport us back, right?
That is correct. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So it is the church from Greyhawk that someone knows it.
That is correct.
Yet
again. You guys, hey man, they know a good thing when they got it.
They told me I was done with them.
Well, shit happens.
I know.
It does happen.
I want all I use is treasure then. This one.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Baron was not here last week, right? Because you were sick with the flu?
Yeah.
So before we get too much into the game, we want to go ahead and divvy up the treasure however you guys want. First of all, we do have a pair of boots of levitation. Who plans to take those boots of levitation?
Yeah, whoever wants to speak up about those.
Anybody?
What do they do?
Well, if nobody wants them, Ronnie will wear them.
Boots of levitation. What do you think they do?
Do they levitate?
Hey, look at there. Yes, it's effectively casting a levitation spell on yourself. You're able to rise up, go straight up and down. I believe it's 20 feet per turn or something like that. I don't know what the actual levitation spell says, but it's roughly 20 feet per turn. I don't know if you have anybody has the spell or the boots description handy, but
Okay.
who wants them?
Who doesn't have a current pair of boots?
Ronnie doesn't have a pair.
Oh, let Ronnie have.
Would that
Well,
work
you
out
can
for
raise
you?
a bird and you can fly with them or levitate. I mean,
So Ronnie wants them. Anybody else want them?
Nope,
Not
not
particularly.
offhand.
Okay. So I will go to my items and go to boots.
boots were made for walking.
And voila,
That's
Ronnie
for sure.
Noblight.
Yay, Ronnie, you got some boots.
As I go to identified, Ronnie, you now have a pair of boots of levitation on your character sheet, sir. All right.
Where are they?
So those are there. So we obviously have coin that we can disperse. So what I want to do next is clerical scrolls. You guys found a clerical scroll that had 6 spells in it.
That could be useful.
That could be you or Ronnie. So it's your call on who you want to get, because it's one scroll that has 6 different spells. But they are cleric. Well, I guess if Ronnie takes the scroll, then I'll make them all druid spells. If not, I'll make them all clerical spells.
You could just roll for a DM off of that equation in the DMG.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, here it just says, well, all right, let's do that. So,
Can paladins use scrolls?
I think at a certain level you can cast off of a scroll, but these were specific to like a cleric or a druid. So, all right, so let's do that. So, first of all, let's roll and see 50-50 if on a 1 to 50 it's a clerical. No, actually, I'm going to say 1 to 75 it's clerical, and above 75 it's a druid spell.
7356.
Because it's more often than not you get cleric spells and druid spells.
I like it.
So
Oh, what?
Yep. So right here it is a cleric spell. So Deglin, if you would be so kind as to roll a 4-sided dice.
Okay.
Didn't I say 73? Is it 73 or 52?
3.
All right. So let me get to my spell lists here. Roll a 10-sided die, please.
Okay. 3.
3.
3.
You got a spell scroll of Blade Barrier. It's a 6th level spell.
Oh, cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. All right. It's another clerical scroll. So Deglin, give me another 3-sided or 4-sided dice, please.
2.
Go ahead and roll another 10-sided die.
4.
You got a 4th level cleric spell, Exorcise.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Another
second
one.
time.
No.
Wow.
I'm just going to do these myself. It'd be faster. 3rd. You also got a 3rd level clerical spell of prayer.
Okay.
Speak with Monsters, which is a 6th level spell. Oh, that wasn't. Oh, that was the wrong one. All right, that works out. Ronnie Noblight, you got a scroll of Turn Wood, which is a 6th level spell.
Can you say that again, DM? I had got up to get something to drink while you were rolling.
You got 2 6th level scrolls. One of them is Turn Wood, and the other one is Wall of Thorns.
All right. Excellent.
Both of those are 6th level scrolls. I can drop those onto your character sheet.
That would be wonderful.
You guys just write those down, keep them handy. And then I will get those from you a little later, and then I'll get them dropped on your sheet. Additionally, we had a protection from elementals and a protection from undead scroll. Who wants them?
Give him the
clerical
elemental.
spells?
I'll take the undead. Yeah, I think they're both clerical or clerical nature.
Yeah, both of those were clerical in nature. Well, protection from undead is. Protection from elementals can be whichever.
Oh.
So the protection from undead goes to Deglin. Who wants the protection from elementals? It can be Ronnie, Baron, or Deglin.
Protection spells can be used by anybody, though.
Yeah, that's correct. That is true. So really anybody.
They're not. Yeah, those are not specific class.
So does anybody want a protection spell besides the 3 that I mentioned?
From
Well, sure, DM.
Sure.
Well, the reason I say not Baron is because Baron's about to have
A whole
A
bunch.
bunch of a whole bunch of
Well,
stuff.
then in that case, I will be generous and say wait.
You have 2, 4, 5 scrolls that are magic use specific.
Okay, yeah, I'm still looking for my for the other spells that I tried to copy off of out of that illusionist spell book too.
Right. All right. So first of all right, I'm going to go ahead and do this I'm going to do we'll figure out the protection from elementals. If there's more than one person who wants it, we're going to have a roll off. So first of all, let me do these for. That is a 4th level and 2 4th. So you got one scroll that has 2 4th level spells on it, Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Do. One of them is a monster summoning 2.
Okay.
And one of them is a minor globe of invulnerability.
Okay, this is
good rolls. Those are all useful.
This is entertaining because I already know monster summoning 2, and minor globe of invulnerability is one of the spells that was in that illusionist book that I've been trying to learn.
All right. You also have a scroll of a level 1 spell, Push.
Okay. Let me see.
As well as a level 1 scroll of Affect Normal Fires.
Okay. Yeah, those two I can use.
Okay. And last but not least, you have a level 1 scroll of Message.
Okay, give me a moment here.
So regardless of how that works, just make sure you guys write all of those down.
Okay, I got to get some note paper right now.
So that way we don't lose them. And then the only two things we got left are the coin and the protection from elementals. So who all wanted the protection from elementals? I know Ronnie said something along those lines that he would enjoy that spell. But as stated, protection spells can be anybody. So who wants to do a roll off, or who do we want to give that to?
Well, if somebody else wants it, DM, I'm fine with them having it. I was just willing to take it since it didn't sound like anybody wanted it.
Right. Anybody else want to put a bid in on it?
Nope, go for Ronnie.
Even. All right. Gonna drop that on Ronnie's character sheet then.
I want a good dwarf that can turn that two-handed frostbrand into a short sword.
Yeah. All right. Ronnie, it's actually called Ward Elementals. It's the same thing. It's just different terminology in this game system. It's a protection from elementals. All right.
All right.
So last but not least, we've got 18,000 Electrum and 7,000 gold. How does that divvy up if we
We
convert
have
that?
rings.
What's that?
Don't we have rings too? We have some rings too.
Did we? I don't have
Yeah,
any.
there was a an
Ring
immunity
of
to charm
spell
ring
turning,
and a
I
ring
thought
of
there was
spell
another ring.
ring.
I'm sorry.
And
you
there
guys
was
are talking.
also
Because the guy had three odds.
Stop.
The
You
guy
guys are
with the sword
talking
had
over each
three
other.
rings.
You guys are talking over each other. So did I
It's
identify?
all material.
Okay. That's what I like to hear. Journal entries, party treasure. Yep, so there it all is. Which potion of diminution. Did we already distribute any of this?
Nope.
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 All right, so let's go down through and we don't have the rings on here.
Yeah, they're February
Was it? Oh,
February 24th.
okay. Yeah, the ring of free action. Okay, yeah, and the ring of spell turning. That's right. So I think, yeah. So again,
I remember that ring of spell turning.
we need to identify who these are going to. So, who is going to take the +1 plate? I think would go to Zadkiel, because unless he already took it.
No, I already have +1 plate.
Okay.
I believe. Let me see. Yeah, I already have +1 plate. That was
Okay,
given
you
to
did
me
have
by.
it. Okay. Yep.
No, that wasn't.
Um,
I didn't take it. That was given to me by Deglin,
yeah.
like a
Yep.
while back.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember if you still had that or not, or if you had
Okay.
plate or not. All right.
Yeah.
So there's the Frost brand sword. Does anybody want that, or are we just going to save it to give away?
Cross brand.
Two-handed sword. I don't know who can use it.
Yeah.
It's two-handed, so
I don't even know if I can lift it.
you can't use it unless you hit up a shield.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
hold on that. So there is a ring that gives you immunity to charm spells.
Okay.
Anybody? If you, I'm just going to mark
I
these.
say we sell it.
I'll take
right.
it if nobody wants it, but I'm really waiting. I would like that spell turn too.
I think we all would.
Sell Frost brand sword. I'm just marking them as sell if anybody's taking them. All right, ring of spell turning. Who all wants the ring of
Mine.
spell turning?
Me.
All right.
Me.
If you want the ring of spell turning, give me a 20-sided die roll, please.
As a paladin, I get +5.
We're looking for the lowest, right?
I don't know who rolled his party, but somebody was selected on party and they rolled. That's funny.
I got a 13.
Okay, so that's you.
Okay.
Anybody else gonna roll for it? Deglin?
No thanks.
You rolled a 4. Oh, no. Excuse me.
All right.
Nope, I'm good, DM.
All right, so that means not Ronnie, but Baron gets the ring of spell turning.
I have personal experience with that.
All right, there is a ring of free action.
I'd be interested in that too.
Okay. Anybody want to oppose Nephron for the ring of free action?
Nah.
All right.
I'm good with it.
All right, Nephron, you now have a ring of free action. And I will get these onto you guys' character sheet. If not during the game break, then after the game's over, I'll make sure they get added. There is a helm of teleportation.
I might be interested in that.
Ooh.
Okay.
What does it do?
What do you think it does?
Can I use
The only thing I was concerned about is it says for the god of travel.
Yes.
Would that be heretical for me? Is it?
Yeah,
Priest of
so
Jessica.
there you go. It's not your deity. It is a helm dedicated to another deity. So it's all dedicated to Farlingen, who is the
Could we
god of,
do a dual deity, like a love affair, and the other deity don't find out?
probably
No,
not.
I don't
Probably
think that's gonna
not.
work. I think they're both male gods. Well, I guess it doesn't
Honey,
matter.
she's
these
just a
days.
friend.
Yeah. All right. For right now, I'm putting it as sell. Who got the +2 arrows? Did anybody take the +2 arrows? I thought we gave those to somebody. We have 16 plus
somebody
2.
with a bow.
Yeah, we have 16 plus 2 arrows. Anybody going to take them?
Could you attach them to a shield and strike with
No.
the shield?
No,
Oh.
if you have a bow, then you can take the arrows. You just have to, But if not, I'm just going to mark them to sell. And then we have the +1 scimitar that was taken from the druidess, who Rama Savitri, the druidess who Ronnie Noblight took down.
Well, I would say keep it as a backup if nobody wants it, because in case my cutlass breaks, I could use that.
Roger that. The dragon-themed plate armor, all it is regular plate mail. But it's just fancy doodad plate mail.
Sell it.
Okay. There's another two-handed sword we got, but I'm not gonna worry about that. The boots of levitation. Who did they go? They went to Ronnie, right?
Ronnie.
Honey.
Marking that off. We have a potion of diminution. Anybody want the potion of diminution?
I don't want to turn into a demon.
It would be perfect to give to the maid
You
so
know
he
what?
can go
I'll
back
take it.
behind the lines and.
All right, Nephron, you're gonna take it so you can be even smaller. I like
The
it.
size of a mouse.
He likes
All
it.
right. There is a potion of dragon control, although it is a specific type of dragon.
Is it a lava dragon?
Let me see here.
Well, I've already got a potion of black dragon control, so if nobody wants whatever color that is, I'll take it. And I got a dog losing his mind, so I got to take him out, DM. I'll be right back.
All right. All right, somebody give me a 10-sided die roll, please. Well, my internet connection is popping in and out. I hope I don't lose anything. 8.
8.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is a potion of red dragon control.
Nice. So that means he's gonna have to put a red dragon in our layer now.
All right. Who's taking that? Was Ronnie was taking that?
Mhm.
All right.
I'd like to roll for that.
Okay. So go
He's
ahead.
out
roll.
right now.
Yep. Go ahead and roll, and I'll let Ronnie rolling us back. A potion of gaseous form.
Yeah, no
I'll take that.
problem.
Yeah, gonna give that to Deglin. Okay. 2 potions of healing.
I've got some.
I could use.
Yeah.
What'd you say? You just gonna leave it as party treasure, or are you gonna give it to somebody?
I mean, somebody can take it if they need it.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. I'm just saying, I just want to make sure that we have it assigned to people so I can put it in their sheets.
Yeah, Baron will take one of those.
All right, there's one left. Anybody
And
want the other
Nephron
one?
will as well.
Okay. And last but not least, a potion of invisibility. Pretty sure that Varys doesn't need that, but if he wants it.
Yeah, Varys doesn't need it. He's got that sword.
I have some other items that can turn me invisible too.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, so somebody can have it.
Zephron?
I'll take it
You
if
think
nobody
about
else wants it.
Yeah, do it.
All right, Nephron. All right, so that's everything except the coins, really. So,
Well, I have interjections.
what?
Could I, if it's okay with the party, use that ring and that sword?
What ring and what sword?
The Frostbrand sword and the other ring?
The ring of immunity to charm?
Yes.
Yeah, you can take them. You can
Okay.
use them.
Paladin.
Just remember, since it's a two-handed sword, you won't be able to use your shield.
Yes, I know. And
Okay.
I won't use it. I'll just carry it, and that way, if I come into a big creature that needs it, I'll be able to use
Gotcha.
it.
You can always sling your shield over your back.
Yeah. Well,
Vikings
I'm
did
gonna
it all the
shield
time.
up. I'm gonna carry that because I was just checking to see how many magic items. Because I know paladins have a limit of how many magic things it can have. I had to look that up.
Yep. All right, so Zadkiel is getting the two-handed sword as well as the ring of immunity charm. Okay, so that is it as far as items go. I will make sure I get those added to people's sheets.
That was
Deglin,
a
if
Frostbrand, right?
yes, Deglin, if you want to, when you get a chance, just copy down the journal and then figure out the coins, and we'll split coins amongst people so we can divvy out that treasure.
Certainly.
In the meantime, as the morning has arisen and you find yourselves once again in the palace of the Queen of the Elves, Queen Yolande, you are fed a traveler's breakfast, given some traveler's rations to go with you, and then you are escorted to a small room out of the, I should say, off the beaten path within the castle. You're escorted in and out of several passageways, eventually coming to this small room. And inside, there is an elven mage awaiting you, and you can see inscribed on the floor is a magical circle, something of that you have had at least a little bit of experience with, I believe. But you guys are then asked to step within the circle so that you can be transported back to the free city. You are told that you will end up on the outskirts of the free city. There's a druid circle on the outskirts of the city that you'll be deposited to. And as he casts his spell around you all, it feels like a small tornado begins to swirl around you. As you stand, you get this feeling of vertigo. As your feet lift up off the ground, everything around you becomes slightly a blur. There's a sensation of being whisked away on a high wind, just whipping you across the land. And a moment later, everything comes back within the focus, and you find yourselves standing outside the free city of Greyhawk. And you are standing within the druidic circle outside. It is still early in the morning, probably 9 o'clock, give or take, as you guys see the gates are opening to allow for the day's travel. The druids are already here in the morning tending to their various tasks, and as they see you arrive, they move over to welcome you back, each of them sort of bowing and welcoming you back, but mostly bowing to Ronnie Noblight, as he is still there, the senior member and the one designated by the great druid to maintain this stone circle and these woods around it. What do we wish to do as we arrive? Welcome, sir. Welcome back. Whoa, as it is good to see that you have returned in one piece, my lord. Is there anything you wish for us to do now that you have returned? As they speak to Ronnie upon him returning.
I'm certainly going to hold my left hand out, DM, so that they could kiss the ring if necessary.
They don't kiss the ring, but they give a bow and welcome. They, as you probably realize, don't realize that you are going to be advanced in stature, if not rank, at least in stature. Within the order.
I'd puff out my chest, DM, and ask them if they have heard any rumors about what the Ayuz and his missing army. Have any birds flown by or owls dispensed with any word? What kind of messages has nature brought?
They give you a quizzical look and say, "Nay, we have heard nothing from the forested creatures, nor has any word come from any of our outposts in that region, sir, but we shall keep an ear out for sooth, and should we hear anything, you shall be the first that we notify."
Right. I tell them, good, let's make sure we have that secret druid network engaged.
Very good, sir. We shall put the word out for ears to be picked and for eyes to be watchful of anything that might be going on, but as of now we have heard naught of what you speak. So what do we wish to do now that we have arrived back at the outskirts of the free city?
Well, I guess we need to go to that temple, DM, and talk to those people.
Okay. So you guys head back to, or head within the city, and then head your way across town to the Temple of St. Cuthbert. It is mid-morning when you finally arrive. As you arrive, Varys, you note that sort of skulking around the outside of the Church of St. Cuthbert is one of those individuals who belongs to your section of the city of which you are in charge for the guild.
Oh, okay. I look at him and seems can't. You need to speak with me.
He gives a subtle but very emphatic the sign of pretty important.
And I will step to the side and around the corner and have a talk with him.
We're headed off to their Baron. You're climbing over the city walls back into the river district.
I have no idea.
That's
I'm
all right.
trying to find. I'm trying to find where the party is and make it bigger so I can see it.
All right. So if you zoom out, and then I will. You can see
Okay,
me.
good. There I am. I will not touch the computer.
No, it's good. Touch away, man. If you like to touch yourself, man, that I'm not going to stop you, man. I am.
When he thinks about himself, he touches himself.
Yeah. So as you
Somebody
guys
asked
are led to the inside, Varys sort of moves out and speaks to his companion who greeted him. You recognize the individual as Marco Dobbins, one of the up and comers in your guild section, Varys, and he mentions that he kind of steps up and says, "Good to see you come back, boss. We wasn't sure if he was coming back or not, but I'm good to see you. I was told to wait here as long as it took. I've been here like going almost 3 days now, but there's been rumors from the north, and boss guild says that maybe you should know about it so you can decide because you've been up there. But word is that the evil one," and he kind of looks around over his shoulder as soon as he says that to see if everybody's watching.
I know, and just making the hush sound.
Yep. As he says something to the effect of there's weird things going on. They say he's missing or something or like that, but I don't think he could be missing because I think he's planning a party.
Yeah, the kind that is not good for whomever.
Oh, no. I mean, he's planning a party. Bless you. We got
Jimmy.
we got a guy that was ordering a lot of supplies for some big celebration, and we found out that this guy was I think he's from Duraka, but he was trying to play it off like he was just from the Shieldlands nearby, but one of our boys recognized a mark that he had on him that said that he was one of the priests in in a lower faction of Ayus, and so we tracked him a little bit and kept the eye on him. And apparently he's setting up big for some kind of celebration in honor of Ayu's achievement or something. So I don't know. You want to maybe come talk to this guy,
Yes.
or should we just dump him in the river? What do you want us to do?
I would like to have a friend of mine join us to talk to him.
Sure, you're the boss. You tell me what you want.
Is he being held here?
Hi, he's got him over. We got him over at one of the safe houses. Bless you.
Oh man, my scratch my throat. So we have him. Okay. Hold, stay here,
Okay.
and I hold my eye on, and I would like find Declan.
Okay. You are led through the as you're only out there for like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so as you hustle around, you see that the party is just being led into the main chamber itself.
All right. Well, I hate to do this. Hey, Declan,
Yes.
could you please come with me?
Oh shit. What did I do?
Everybody, and Zach Hill, just tell the priest we'll be back. It's important. I don't wanna mention his name in here.
Oh, roger that. Sure.
What you asked me to do?
So I will take Declan aside and tell him that the Thieves Guild has acquired a priest of Ayu, well, a priest of the old one, because I don't want to say Ayus, and he's apparently buying supplies from something.
Really?
Yeah, they identified him by a tattoo or a mark or something on him. Yeah, and so they followed him, found out what he was up to, and signed to hold him for me. So I think we should go have a talk with him and find out
All right.
something so we can maybe give it to the church and let them interrogate
Yeah,
him more.
we can do it a cursory interrogation, and they can use more direct methods to get into his mind and find out what happened.
Yeah, there's obviously something going on.
Right. So,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
And since you're a priest, you sure I have a better idea what to ask him other than me torturing him.
That still might come into play.
Well, yeah.
All right. So you two depart, leaving your comrades to head into the temple itself, where you guys are all familiar with the temple, as you are led actually to the office building, which is a structure just off of the church. And you guys are all led. Now, I don't know, Nephron, have you been with these guys? No, you haven't been with these guys other than just like a little bit. Just for a short period of time have you been here. You don't know the church as well as they do, but being led in once again into the offices where you are met by the high priestess, and let me see where we've got it. Do I even have it handy? Yeah, I don't even. I used to have it handy, but I left all of their names and stuff off. But anyway, you guys are met once again led once again into a long meeting chamber, and along the walls you can see are dedicated photos to the various priests and what's the word I'm looking for? Priests and paladins and whatnot that served the Saint Cuthbert. Sitting at the table is the high priestess along with her attendants, and you are led in once again to take your seats as she stands in her green and blue robes, indicating her station within the Church of St. Cuthbert. About her neck is her silvered holy symbol dedicated to him as she welcomes you all. And her first words as she looks around, she goes, "I am sad to see that 2 of your comrades are missing. They did not make the journey back from your latest mission." And of course, Ronnie, Nephron, Zadkiel, and Baron are all the ones that are here as she is speaking to the quartet of you, asking about your latest mission and where your 2 companions. I believe their names are Deglin and Varus, or did they not survive the journey?
No, they survived. I think they needed a bathroom break. They'll be back in a while.
She looks. She's. Oh. And so, can you tell me, at least in part, how your mission went, how it fared, and what you found there?
Oh, well, we found one of my order had gone rogue and had wicked plans to unleash a lava dragon.
A lava dragon? I've never heard of such a thing. Is this akin to the red dragon?
Well, I don't know its taxonomy, to tell you the truth. It didn't seem like it was from the prime material plane, and so I don't know that one's ever been here before.
This would have been bad if it was a fiend gated in from another plane. I guess by your presence here, this means you were able to stop the execution of this horrid plan?
We did. We stopped it and destroyed the druid who was in the effort, but there is still some members of the cult are still out there. We don't know that they might try something like this again. And so that's where we're at right now.
We shall. I am sure the great druid shall have those under her care keep watchful eye on the region, lest these vagabonds decide to collect themselves into a cult once again. Our job is never ending, my friend. We must constantly be vigilant. And this is why, of course, we have asked you to return here. I know that in recent months, your fellowship has been of great service to us in this land, and while we are loath to continually place burdens upon our citizenry, many times it is best to leave these tasks to those formidable and capable as yourselves. And this latest, we hope to be a nothingness. However, if it turns to be something, I can think of no greater group of individuals than yourselves to take on whatever it may be, or whatever you uncover. But be that as it may, first let us eat. And she claps her hands, and instantly several attendants come around and begin to serve you guys the finest wine, the finest ale, the finest food, including several gnome delicacies that you have not seen since your childhood, Nephron. And while you guys eat, Varys, you and Deglin go with Marco to the safe house, and really the safe house is the bar down in the basement. There is a hidden panel in the basement below that slides away to reveal your private sanctum, if you will. It's like 3 or 4 rooms built beneath the tavern that allow you to conduct guild business without prying ears and around. In one of those rooms, it's a small little sleeping chamber, but tied to a chair with a hood over him, a small lantern sitting on a table, an end table for the bed, kind of illuminates the room. It's dimly lit. And you step in and you can see that there's a human male, or he looks human, at least from his torso. You don't see his facial features or anything like that. But as soon as the door opens, you can see his head kind of almost like he's tilting his head back, trying to look under the sack that's pulled over his head. But there's this burlap sack kind of covering his head. And you hear a muffled "This is him, boss. It says his name's Ignacy, and all he was doing was ordering wine for his boss. And so
Wine?
he had like ordering like 30 barrels of wine. Put the order in about a month ago, and someone was, like I said, one of our boys noted the mark on his hand, and so we kept the place under supervision for a little bit, and then he come back. I guess he was checking on the status of his order, and so we nabbed him, nipped him, brought him here. Figured if he wasn't going to be back in a few days, as he sort of cracks his knuckles, we was going to make him talk. But we ain't touched him or said nothing to him yet except to get his name. And he says he ain't doing nothing but what his boss told him to do. So there he is for you.
So I look at Jacqueline and I make the gesture about, I like mouth and gesture like I'm casting a spell. Yeah, if he's a pilot, I don't wanna. Yeah.
Yeah, I pull out a scroll.
I don't want to take no chances.
All right.
On the scroll, or I have multiple scrolls, but one of them is detect lie.
Okay.
So I'll cast that.
Okay.
Once we're ready, it lasts for 11 rounds, one round per level.
Okay.
So we got to have our questions ready before I cast it.
Okay. Well, sure.
So I am gonna say it's 11 minutes instead of rounds, since you guys are not in combat. I'm just gonna give it like 11 minutes.
Okay.
That's fine.
So at first, I think we should find out if he's actually truthfully being
Yeah.
following
Well,
IOs. Yeah.
well, he's a player from the old one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Once with I use his activity, why is there half his army missing or whatever?
yeah, see what information he has about that. I'd
Yeah.
also like to know what co-conspirators he has in the city.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
where we can find them.
Okay.
Maybe that's the better question is where are you when and where are your meetings held?
And where is like, so if you're ordering supplies, they can't be too horribly far away.
Right.
So where's the army camp? Or where are you delivering the supplies to? Something like that.
Yeah, something like
that. So you want to ask a question since I hold the blame to his throat?
I can ask some and you can ask some. If anything I forget.
Hey, you little bad cop, good cop.
Sure. We can always offer to feed him too, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't know how long he's been down here. Ask your friend.
And how long has he been down here? And
He's still wearing the hood.
since you
Not him,
can't,
his buddy, the guy that brought us here.
no, Marco.
Oh,
Yeah.
Marco.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't want
Oh,
to say his name.
Oh yeah. Oh, he been here. He been here like 2 days, boss. He ain't been here that
Okay.
long. Just a couple of days.
Any food and water?
I forgot. Here. So I guess he got a order receipt from the brewery, and
He had this, and he hands you this piece of paper, and it's like a bill of lading, only a receipt for the order.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see that he's scribbled something in the margin, but it looks like code to you.
Well, I updated all my skills, and I have 3 languages, and I know a whole bunch of languages already.
All right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like any language that you know. It looks like some sort of code, but
Okay.
you can go ahead and roll to see if you can decipher it.
Yes. I'm a 12 level thief now.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
No.
Nice. That means something. Why is the minus 10? Was that
I,
something that?
I didn't enter anything.
That's kind of weird. I wonder. Let me see. Some item that you have gives you a 10% bonus or something. Looks like. I don't know.
Or if it's a stone that can look.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. Regardless, you would have made it.
That's weird.
What's your percentage anyway? 25 or something like that?
60%.
Oh, 60% to read languages. Oh, okay. But regardless, this wasn't a language, but you actually sort of deciphered. So you don't decipher the whole thing, but you do make out part of it, and there's like 3 words that you're able to, or 3 or 4 words that you're able to decipher. The first is celebration. One of the first things that you read, it means this is about a celebration.
Okay.
You recognize I use because I use is not even in code. It just says I use. You recognize the word Tovag, Tovag. You recognize that because that looks like a proper name. Somebody named Tovag. And the last word really catches your attention, ascension.
Uh-oh. And is it, you think it's, alright, so I'm going to hand it to Declan.
Yep. And I'm going to put this in the journal
and ask him if he thinks it's this. Yeah, that might. I don't know if it has to do with some kind of priest, one of his servants ascending, or Ayu's, like old one ascending. If old one ascending, that's really bad. Well, we should probably take this to you know whom.
Probably. We'll keep that as part of the evidence. Do you
Yep.
maybe get a guy down here to scribe whatever this guy says?
Yeah, I look at Marco. We have someone who knows lots of languages that can write.
Just a second.
I'm sure there's somebody.
So I am adding a note called, I'm adding in the journal, and I am going to make everybody owners of the notes. So if you go to the journal entry, you'll see there's a notes there, and I have just added a note that essentially says receipt in the 4 words that you were able to decipher, if you will, Varys.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can definitely. There's several of your guys work for. You've got about 15 people in your little cell,
Yeah.
if you will,
Mhm.
and but there's about 30 that actually work the high quarter, high in the garden districts. But you've got like 15 guys that are like regular insiders that are kind of help run your show. Well, actually, like five that are like your inner circle, and about
Yeah.
30 total that run the district for you or help run the district. But there are guys that can scribe for you, yeah, and guys that are linguists and stuff like that. So
I have Marco send someone to go get one. Like now. No.
All right, cool.
And then we'll do some interrogate.
So it takes about 15, 20 minutes, and finally you get a guy, one of your linguist specialists and whatnot. He's introduces himself as to Fievel. No other. You recognize him, but you didn't like really know his name. Just one of the guys. Like,
yes, boss. They say you need someone to write stuff down for you. I am very good with the languages.
Good, because this guy may try to speak in code or some kind of other tongue to confuse us.
As he sort of pulls out a knife, he goes, I can fix the talking with the tongue, boss. We could just take his tongue out. What you think?
Say that for me.
Says it kind of loud.
Yeah.
And the guy inside's like, as Fievel chuckles, puts the knife away, breaks out a piece of charcoal and some parchment. Okay, boss, whenever you're ready.
Alright, so I step behind the dude.
Okay.
Because he's probably in a chair.
Yes.
Kind of.
It is. You are correct.
I look at Dalen.
Yep.
I put my hand on the hood. And I pull a blade and I put it to his neck and I pull the hood back.
As you pull the hood up, the neck immediately goes to turn, and then he feels the blade and he stops, and you can see he's a human guy, kind of pudgy around the face. He's got like fat cheeks and sort of droopy jowls, almost like a resting bitch face looking kind of a guy with a permanent frown. His eyes are kind of sunken and deep with like dark circles under him, like he hasn't slept in a while. Shaggy, blackish brown hair, normal, everyday commoner clothes.
Yeah.
But he has
He's a nobody.
he has a ball gag in his mouth, and he's like,
So, the more you cooperate, the better this will go for you.
and he's shaking his head.
I know
All
the
right,
old one will probably, or whoever you serve will probably end your life anyway for failing, but if you cooperate, I will let you live. So I'm gonna release this guy. If you attempt to cast the spell, I will plunge this dagger into your throat. And then I wait till he nods in assent, and then I will
Right?
I will pull the gag out enough that he can try to speak.
As he sort of, and he works his jaw. I already told these guys I don't know nothing. I'm just ordering the wine.
All right. So I cast the spell on myself.
Yep.
All right. And as I'm listening to him, do I just start determining whether he's telling the truth or not?
So you can tell as soon as he says that, he's it's sort of a mixed bag to you. He's telling the truth, but he's definitely lying about something.
All right.
So I'll say, you must be parched. Would you like some water?
Love some water, please.
So
As you
I'll,
sort of
I'll
smack
pour
it.
a little bit into his mouth,
Uh-huh.
for my wineskin.
Okay. And he drinks it back. Thank you. Oh, these guys I didn't get nothing to eat or nothing to drink.
Oh, that's a shame. We should definitely get you something to eat. You know what? We'll order something up, and while they're going to get it, we can talk. Just you and I, okay?
Okay.
So I'll kind of snap my fingers like them telling them to go get food.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, go get him some sewer porridge or something.
All right. One of your attendants, Varys, or one of your guys leaves, sort of chuckling to himself as he goes to get whatever for this guy to eat.
Mhm.
I told you I just ordered the wine. They told me to order the wine last month, and I had to check on it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Who was it that told you to order the wine?
Oh, the high priest. He said that we should get the wine to order 30 large casks of wine, and then it had to be ready at the end of the month for shipment for the celebration.
Okay, and who is the high priest?
I can't say his name.
Oh, that's a shame.
You
Huh.
get the impression that he believes he's not allowed to say this guy's name for whatever
So
reason.
yeah, that's the truth. But we need to get him talking. So
I say, does it start with a T?
He?
his
Yeah,
name.
the high priest. The high priest's name.
Why would it T?
The letter T. Do you read and write?
I do.
Okay,
But
so
I
you
don't.
know what the letter T is.
Yes, but I don't. Uh, yes, starts with a T.
Okay. So I think I might know who that might be. Okay, so I know you're not allowed to say, well, let's not just give her away. But I'm sure Tovek, Mr. T, wouldn't want you giving that information out. Boy, would it be bad for
Mister.
you if it got out. Gee.
No, the, the high priest is a girl.
Oh, Female, huh?
Yeah, and I don't
Is she here?
I don't know who Tovag is, but that's not her.
Okay. Is he lying or telling the truth?
He's telling the truth.
Okay. All right. Well, where was this celebration to happen at?
Oh, that's easy. We're gonna be back in the city when his lordship returns after his quest is over.
Oh, his quest. Can you tell me about his quest?
I don't know. I don't know anything about his quest. I just know that something really, really big is gonna happen, and we're all gonna be celebrate at the end of it.
Okay. And where is this celebration? It's going to be, you said it here in the city, right? The whole city.
No. Back in our city, back at home.
Oh, what was the name of that place?
Daraka.
Daraka.
Yes, Daraka. Yes, and trust me, Thana won't. I mean, the high priest. She won't.
Say
be
the name
happy.
again. I didn't hear it.
Thana.
Well, yeah, it's in the scribe is scratching it all down.
I'm writing it as described so I can have the notes about
Oh, okay, yeah.
In Daraka, okay. And how many people here in the city are helping?
Oh, I don't know. There's a few. There's a few. He's definitely telling a lie about not knowing. He knows how many.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I look at Declan when he answers that.
All right. I say,
And-
is it 10 or more?
And I gently press the dagger.
He's like, yes.
To his throat.
Yes. It says there's 15 that I know of. There's 15 that I know of. And we're all gonna all supposed to take the wine back together.
Is that all?
That's all I know. That's all I know of. That's all I know of.
Okay. Are any of them city officials?
City officials? No. We all came from Daraka under orders from Thana to get the wine. I mean, from the high priestess to get the wine, and then to return with it in time for the celebration. One month from now.
1 month from now. Celebration is 1 month.
It's has something to do with the old one ascending.
I really don't know. I just know that it's something big. I don't even know what ascending means.
Mm-hmm.
And is he telling truth about that?
He apparently does not know what you mean by ascending. And
yeah.
He does not appear to know what the deal is. He just knows that he's there to get wine.
Where did the old one go? Do you know?
I don't know. The rumor is that he grabbed the army and he's going someplace to find some ancient power that's gonna give him more power than ever, and then we're gonna celebrate when he comes back and reveals his power to us all.
I see, and I look at Galen with a look of oh shit.
And he believes that that's true, correct?
Yes, he is all in for that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
do you know that the name of this ancient object is?
I do not.
Do you know where it's at?
No clue.
You'll tell me.
What do you rank in your church?
Oh, I'm just a lowly, like essentially their word for altar boy. Acolyte altar boy.
Yeah. Okay. And I was worried about that.
So, where were you supposed to meet to hand over this wine? Were you supposed to take it all the way to Daraka itself, or were you supposed to meet somebody someplace?
No, we were going to bring it back to Daraka.
Okay. And
So you
What
have
is what is
wagons and a caravan?
No, several wagons. We're gonna put the wine casks in and travel from there.
Okay.
where do you meet at here in town?
Oh, some of us have like rooms at different inns and different places, and then we usually meet in one of the marketplaces.
And
Just
is
to
that
talk.
where you are going to leave with the wine wagons?
Yes, once we get the wine from the brewery, we are going to meet all of us together at some place, probably in the old city, and then leave out the gates there and then head north.
Which brewery is that again?
Um, he doesn't he doesn't know the name. He just knows that there's one of the breweries over in the Clerksburg or the Artisans Quarter, which is down by the Low Market. He doesn't know the name of the brewery though.
Okay. I'm going to need you to tell me your names of your friends.
So I don't I don't know if I should do that because that could get me in a lot of trouble.
Well, just like you, we're just going to ask them some questions and then let them go.
Okay.
They're not going to be in any trouble or anything.
He cast detect lie on you.
I kill him. I told him if he can't tries to cast a spell, and ain't nothing you will.
No. So Varys, as you sort of running through what he's saying, there's only one like good brewery or big brewery, if you will, that would be the easiest to kind of get orders from without a lot of questions and a lot of oversight and stuff. Down in the Thieves Quarter in the old city, there is a brewery called the Millrose Brew House, and so that would be probably a starting point if you were to be looking for looking for is that where the order came from or whatnot.
Okay. What was the name of that?
The Millrose Brewery.
Sure.
So about your friends' names.
Well,
You know,
I only share a room with three guys, and we're all sort of like in our own little separate groups. So I can
okay.
I can tell you my three friends, but I don't know where they are right now. So it's been 2 days, and since I've been gone for 2 days, they probably left anyway. They probably got scared and left, knowing if I'm missing that something probably happened to the mission or something. So, and you get that as a sort of a partial lie, like
Right. Like he knows.
they may have, but probably not.
Yeah, they got deliver the wine, or they're all gonna be dead anyway.
Right. So then it wouldn't be a problem for you to tell me their names because they're probably gone anyway, right?
Well, probably, but I don't know for sure that they're gone. That they could have been gone. That's quite
Oh,
possible.
again, they're perfectly fine.
Okay, so one guy's Seth, and he's kind of about my height and my age, and then there's Dumbala. He's like this tall, skinny guy, and then there's oh crap. Well, let me see. I had their names written down here. Hang on a sec. And then there's Mohandas. He's kind of strange. I think he's from way down south somewhere, like from the jungles or something, because he has he's a bald head and got a bunch of tattoos on him and stuff. But I think he's from the jungles in the south. He has that sort of that elven kind of Ullman kind of looked to him, sort of the brownish kind of skin, bald hair, bald head, I should say, tattoos, sort of native-like clothing, if you will.
Okay.
So,
And where's your guys' room at?
Oh, I got a room at the Black Dragon Inn.
Okay. Is that true? Yes.
Yes. Yep. And you recognize Black Dragon Inn as a rather large, well-to-do inn over in Clarksburg, which is over in College Town, if you will.
All right. This guy is very low on the totem pole, but we're getting some information out of him. Can you think of anything else we need to ask?
And he doesn't know the really important stuff, so.
But he's putting us on a path.
He
Especially if we
is.
go
He definitely
further.
is.
Yeah. If the food comes in while we're talking to him,
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down and just start looking at it and maybe pull off a piece and chew on it. Looking at him as we're asking
You're
questions.
such a dick.
I mean, I'm hearing him, so I can be a real dick.
Yep. All right. As you guys are questioning, I'm going to flash back over here to our guys over here at the
I'm gonna step away for a moment.
Okay, sir.
And use the restroom. Be back.
Yep. So, as the high priestess brings in the food, you guys get a opportunity to relax and be social for a little bit as you eat and drink the finest that they have to offer. I must tell you that there have been portents. Many of our priests have reported that they've had strange dreams of a strange large circle of stones. Have you any knowledge of such a circle of stones anywhere in the Flanness, good druid? As she looks to Ronnie Noblight for answers.
Well, I don't know, DM, do I?
So, you know that there are druidic circles everywhere in the Flanness, so she could really be speaking of anything, or any of these, although from the way she describes it, this circle of stones is on a scale that you yourself have never heard of. At least maybe you've heard of it, but as of at the moment at the top of your head, nothing comes to mind on stones of that magnitude or whatever, because the way she describes it, and I believe it was, the two are together, because I think, was it a couple of you had dreams after you guys got out of the dragon's caverns and you guys took a long rest that night before you headed in to see the queen of the elves. A couple of you had dreams, and there was this large group of stones, and all of a sudden Ayuz's face came in and his mouth opened like a wide maw, like it was chomping down on you, like a vision in a movie, as the face comes at the screen and then everything just stops. I know Declan was one, but I'm not sure who the other was that had that dream. Does anybody recall? I apologize. I should have noted it, but I forgot to.
My sound wasn't working, and so I couldn't hear any of it.
Yeah. So
I believe it was Ronnie though.
Okay, yes. And so, Ronnie, as you guys were sleeping that night, you had a vision of a huge set of druidic standing stones, although instead of like a forest or meadow or woodlands, these were like on this rocky plain like it was in another dimension or another place, another world maybe, because you've never seen this type of terrain. It was all arid, rocky, and then you saw this huge dark shape take form in the distance. And as it moved closer and closer, you could see the face of Ayuz to begin to take shape. And as he got closer and closer, his mouth opened like this huge maw, like he was just biting down and eating the world. And that's the last thing you saw when you sat up and woke up, was this huge mouth of Ayuz getting ready to swallow you and this entire world where these standing stones were. And so that's kind of the gist of the dream that you had. So when she describes these stones, you immediately recognize what she may have been talking about, but you yourself have never seen or heard of any stones of this nature.
Gotcha. Well, I look at her then, I'm like, yes, we have actually had very similar things, and I'm wondering if perhaps the gods aren't giving us a warning about this old man and his machinations on the world.
This is something that we fear deeply. We must research and see if we might discover the location of what is being spoken of. For I myself personally do not know. I had hoped that the great druid or one of her followers might be able to provide us some information, or perhaps even you, good wizard, if you may know of any information to give us that we might narrow down our search. If not, I feel that we may have to begin digging into old records in the library. Perhaps there is some scrawlings or long forgotten text on these great circle of stones of which we seem to have been drawn together on.
Yes, it would seem that some form of divination or inquiry would be in order.
We have attempted divination over the past few days. The best that we could determine is that the Ancient One has left his solitude and his fortified home within, or his fortified castle within Daraka. So we believe and we are assured that he is no longer within the city. We also have found that he has a rather sizable contingent of soldiers that he travels with to wherever it is he is going. But from what we could determine from the visions and the divinations upon those, he is headed, we believe, to the wastelands. And so that would mean he is turning his eyes to the west and going there. But unfortunately, we have not been able to track nor find him, for they travel with great magical protections upon them. And so scrying upon him is, if not difficult, if not impossible, at least extremely difficult, and we have been unsuccessful as yet. So,
well, that does make sense, considering the stones have appeared to be in a wasteland type area.
Yeah, so as I said, I believe that perhaps some research would be in order within the library. Perhaps we can find old texts there. I have my acolytes here going through church records to see if there is anything at all that may be useful to our cause. Perhaps you could commune with the great druid and perhaps get some information she may partake upon us, but at the very least we know that it is going to be, or it needs to be, with the utmost urgency.
Most definitely. I will reach out and attempt to make an inquiry and discover if we can't find something about this.
I do not have anything to offer you in return for your investigations or involvement in this matter, but I can tell you that should you come across any treasures or other items of antiquity, you may claim them as your own as a reward for aiding us, but know that the people of the city and the land are once again in your debt for your aid in helping us determine what the old one is up to and where he may have gone. And with that, you guys go to finish your meal, and I am going to go back to our two friends who are teasing the poor young cleric of Ayu's by eating in front of him. Which, by the way, I just had my corned beef and cabbage tonight.
Aha!
Happy St. Patty's Day. Everybody make a note as well that because it's St. Patty's Day, for this session and for next session, I am going to give everybody a +1 to every dice roll.
Oh, wow.
You get a +1 bonus to all dice rolls. That includes attack, damage, ability check if necessary, whatever. For this session and next session.
All right.
Everybody gets a +1. So, all right. So as we move back to you guys, any other questions that you have for this young poor acolyte?
Yeah, anything?
The only thing I could think of is if he knew of others that outside of the ones that he rooms with. Any other priests, especially.
I am no. We are not really priests. We are just acolytes that are attending and doing as we say. But someday I shall be a great power within the church.
Okay, so who's Mrs. T's second in command?
I do not know. I just know that I get told what to do, and that's what I do.
So she has enforcers that make sure that you do what they're telling you to do?
Yeah, usually Jorvis comes by.
Jorvis.
Usually he comes by and passes on the what our tasks are to be.
Okay. And here, let me give you some food. I'll just give him a bite of chicken or something.
As he
maybe a little bit more water.
As he bites into it, and he's like trying to chew it and like tilting his head back, trying to flip the chicken into his mouth, and he gobbles down the water as well.
See what happens when you're really honest with us and tell us what we want to know.
I told you everything I know. That's all I know.
Is he telling the truth?
As far as he knows, I mean, everything you guys have asked him. Yeah, he doesn't look like a bright light bulb to you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not. I'm sure they're all pretty basic, as they say. I look at Declan.
I think that's all we're gonna get out of this guy.
Okay. Well.
Oh, it's too bad that he slipped and fell like that. Wow.
Yeah, it is. Now I'm actually gonna let him eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I want to give orders to Marco to we'll let him eat, and we'll re-get him, re-hood him, smack him around a bit, and then let him go dump him in an alleyway or something, so he doesn't know. And maybe you don't happen to have a mind blank, do you?
Yeah, the you have a mind blank spell? No. Is that a magic user spell?
I
I
don't.
don't
Or
think that's
something.
good.
Yeah,
might
I
be a
don't think I
wizard
have anything
spell.
like that.
Like
Might be a
forget.
wizard. Yeah, forget or something would be good. I mean, he didn't really see me because I was behind him, but
No, I don't have anything like that.
alright, well.
Okay.
I'm not evil, so I'm not gonna just outright kill him. So
Yeah, I figured we'd probably
We'll
turn him
just-
over to the church.
yeah, I'll let my guild we'll hit him, blind him, beat him up, dump him in an alley or whatever.
Right. Okay.
And that way he can, come back and do his job. Or
Why don't we also send out either
Yep.
through the church or through your forces to go pick up his buddies.
Yeah, we can do that too. Like tell him a description and tell Marco to see if he can acquire, find the other two if they're still at the Black Dragon Inn or whatever.
And if we
Or
can
put a
find,
watch on them.
yeah, and if we can find this Thana, the high priestess. Well, that
No,
might be the church. That might be
She's
the
not.
church.
She's probably not here. Yeah, she's probably not hit. Not her or whatever. Or with a celebration group.
Right.
Alright, so let's take this info and the receipt to the church. To the high
I agree.
priestess.
Okay.
So I put it in underneath the receipt. It's number 1 in the notes called questions about IUs. So
Okay.
everybody see what we kind of asked them.
I made a few hand notes, but since
Okay.
you were writing it down, I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally cool. So we know we got about a month, and we know that he's going to those ancient object is probably in those stone circle that I had the vision of. I could put 2 and 2 together on that.
Yeah,
It would be nice. It would be nice to find this brewery.
Well,
verify the order.
I might know where it is because it's in the old corner and in the thieves area. So I'm sure I can get somebody here there or just go there myself.
It would be a whole shame if it were to somehow get tainted with, I don't know, Ebola or something,
Or it's blessed. Somebody blesses it.
Yeah.
That would be great.
How dare you give me blessed wine? Die,
Pour-
everybody!
Pour some holy water and all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys return to
Yep.
the Temple of St. Cuthbert.
I say, I apologize for being late.
So as you get there, they are just finishing up their dinner or their lunch.
Yeah.
You guys have
Good
been
thing I
gone
had
about,
a bite dinner.
yeah, you guys have been gone about 3 hours.
I wash my hands and everything before I walk in, but
Right. But as you guys get there, the priestess sort of nods, and I was wondering if you were going to be able to attend this meeting, but I was told you had pressing business elsewhere. However,
well, this business involves the meeting, so
I see.
I wanted to get as much information as I could while it was available,
Understood.
and I found out some stuff.
Well,
Is it
Not,
gotta-
not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's something you want.
well, I have given all the information that I can to your companions, and have given them my best advice on how to proceed. However, I am sure that you can all gather together on your own and um, put the pieces together and begin however it is you wish to begin. But I do have pressing church business to attend to. So,
Milady, I hate to hold you a few moments, but I really would like you to hear some of this. At least look at this receipt.
Very well. And she stops, sort of nods to her attendants who were awaiting her, and they depart. And she takes the receipt from you, and she looks at it. She goes, "There's an order of 30 casks of wine. Do you really drink this much?"
No,
As she kind of chuckles.
my people
Well, what am I looking
caught
at?
my people caught an acolyte of the old one.
As her brow kind of furrows, and she says,
They're
"It is not
ordering.
it is not uncommon for those kind to be here, although unsavory. Was he
Well, they're ordering wine for a celebration. The old one took some of his people somewhere to gain more power, to find some kind of artifact. And they're taking the wine back to the city in preparation for in preparation for his return celebration.
in 1 month.
Yeah, in 1 month.
And do we know where this celebration is to be held?
Well, the celebration's going to be held in Toronto. However, the old one went somewhere. Did he say where? He's knowing.
They were talking about it. We didn't hear it, but it was in the wasteland.
Yeah. So he took his army to find some artifact to help him
And I can tell you
gain more power.
that well before the time of the cataclysms, there were two great nations that had spellcasters of the greatest power, greater than even it is known today. And there are many, many legends of various artifacts of power that could be left behind in those wastelands, yet those who attempt to retrieve them usually don't come back. But the fact that it is Ayuz himself is much cause for my concern. And so, as I have explained to your friends, many of our priests have been having visions of a giant stone circle. I had hoped that the druid would know, but unfortunately we do not know much other than this giant circle of stones lies in a wasteland, perhaps on another plane even. They say that the magic was so great when it sundered the land, it sundered not only the land but time itself, and so many artifacts, they say, drift through time, as they say, and so perhaps this is something.
You're talking about the Raider Full Spire and the other one. Yes.
Invoked devastation, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are any of these artifacts something that could lead to an individual like Ayuz ascending?
She sort of furrows her brows. Ascending, as in to godhood?
Yes,
that's what I guess.
That's what the receipt. That's the 4 things I translated on the receipt. I translated celebration, a name of someone, Tovag. Yeah, Tovag.
Tovag. Are you sure? You sure it is spelled Tovag?
Tovag. Yes,
I have heard that name. That is an ancient site, but I do not recall where or what its meaning is. But we must search the record halls. I'm sure that there is something on it, but Tovag is an ancient site, but I do not recall what its significance is.
Do you know of a priestess named Thana?
I have never heard of this name.
Apparently, she's the high priestess for this area.
For the old one.
Yeah.
High Priest of Ayus is not saying much.
Right.
However, with that, unless there are no other further questions, she really must.
Yeah, I'll let it be.
Okay.
At least Tovag gives us something to look for in the library, or at least the wizard can look in the library.
Exactly. And with that, we are going to take our break. I know that Varys has already had his opportunity, but now I want to give everybody else their opportunity to go do whatever it is they need to do. What the hell, man? It's not capturing the output. Give me just a second. Oh. That's weird. I can hear the music playing, but it's not showing on my audio output, so that's just kind of... It's got the right... Weird, it's not showing the music playing. So now I'm kind of bummed. Somebody talk for me?
Did you see you got that one?
Yeah, I did. I saw that. Thanks, by the way, Sal. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to set the timer here. I'm not going to worry if the music's playing or not. I'm tired of futzing with this. Every time I turn around, my damn music. Yeah, I got you. Put on 15 minutes. Is that okay for you guys?
Oh, plenty.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to put 15 minutes. We'll be back here roughly about 9:50 Eastern, so it'll give us another hour to play. But I don't know why my audio output is not working. Oh, now it's playing. Oh no, that was you guys. Try this.
All right, I'm gonna go hit that.
All right, man. This is just really bizarre to me because I'm like, I see it playing. And it is playing, but it's not coming across on the... It bothers the hell out of me. Absolutely weird. I'm gonna cry, man. Totally bizarre. No, that's not. It's not you. It's on my OBS. I have an audio output capture, and that audio output capture takes whatever OBS and whatever's coming through my headphones and pipes it through OBS. And so I selected the the right audio output, but for some reason it is not displaying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it, and then I'm going to re-add it. Audio output. Oh man, this is bizarre. Like it's not playing anything. Is the can anybody hear the music on the stream?
Tell you in a second. Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's weird that it's not showing that it's playing though. That's what's bothering me. I don't know. Okay, as long as it's playing, we're good. Alright, I'll be back in a few then. Sorry for being all paranoid and stuff, but
Is the government, they watching us.
that's it.
Just when you thought Dr. Pepper couldn't get any more one-of-a-kind, introducing new Dr. Pepper Blackberry, the most one-of-a-kind flavor yet. It's bold Dr. Pepper with sweet blackberry flavor and a succulent taste that'll have your taste buds running wild. Like seriously, your taste buds are about to go bonkers for Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar. Stop by your local retailer and try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry today. It's a pepper thing.
Scott's just made daylight saving time an extra big deal. It's called Day Lawn Saving Time with huge in-store savings. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action products today at the Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware. Offers available March 6th through 19th at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact details.
Hey, Sean, are you there?
Yep.
Hey, so I figured out the coinage, and I sold the plate mail +1, the arrows, for just what the DMG had as value.
Yeah.
But there was one thing, the regular plate armor with dragon motif. I
Yep.
don't even know what that is. What is?
What's regular plate armor?
Let me go look right quick.
Plate mail times 10.
Oh, plate mail times 10.
Yeah, whatever the plate mail is times 10.
Up here. Plate mail. Plate mail, 400 gold pieces, so times 10 would be 4,000.
Yep.
Okie dokie, I'll add that to the total.
All right, I gotta run and get a drink real quick.
Cool.
The new KFC Dunk-It Bucket with juicy original recipe tenders, new mashed potato poppers, crispy fries, plus 3 sauces that fit right on top of the lid, so you can dunk anywhere. You can dunk at the game, dunk while security points to the no outside food sign, and dunk as 20,000 people watch you and your Dunk-It Bucket get removed from the stadium. Dunk almost anywhere with the new $7 KFC Dunk-It Bucket, or get the double Dunk-It Bucket for $25. Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Hello, everybody. We're back. Sorry, I'm late. Got a late jump and had to go get my drink really quick. Otherwise, I'd be dying here. But welcome back. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us as our party continues to try and figure out what the heck in the world is going on. If you are just joining us, welcome. I'm not sure if we have too many new folks, but if you are new, our party is just received word, some strange portents, some strange goings on, all centered around I Use the Evil. And so, having gathered once again back in their stronghold in the Free City, they are gathering information and are just getting ready to head out and do adventurer type things. So with that being said, why is my... Okay. Wow. That was really delayed. Oh my God. I just went back to look at the stream and it just now changed. So I don't know what the heck is up, but we're back. Anyway, like I said, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. So, friends, you guys are all still within the Church of the Temple of St. Cuthbert. And you have just received the information from the priestesses. And, of course, Varys and Deglin, you both have your pieces of the puzzle. What do we wish to do now? Where do we wish to go? And I do want to say it's already under the assumption, Varys, that you have dispatched somebody's to go keep an eye on the Black Dragon Inn as well as the Millrose Brewery.
Yeah. What time of day is it?
About 2:30ish, 3 in the afternoon, maybe.
All right. Well, I mean, the Great Library Journal then to look up tow bag and find out more about it?
Sure. Okay.
Since in-game would be appropriate.
Yep. So the library is just on the other side of the gates in the Clerksburg region. C1A is actually where it's at. Does anybody else have anything different that they want to do, or is everybody just going to mosey on over to the library?
Well, DM Ronnie is in desperate need of some more +1 sling bullets. I'm down to 8.
Okay.
So I would like 15 of them at least.
So,
is this an appropriate time to put out I figured out how much everybody should be getting from the last.
Yeah, but I will say that I am not really in the habit of selling magic items in town.
All right.
You can definitely go to a blacksmith or an armory or weaponry to see if they have like bullets and stuff to sell. But magical ones usually have to be contracted and crafted at whatever cost that may be. But yeah, I don't usually. I will say that sometimes I have magic items in a place because they don't realize that they've got a magic item there to sell. But as a default, usually the majority of things that I sell that are magical are items like
Potions of healing.
You know what? I'm gonna change that because I consider like arrows and bullets and things like that as items that are used, and so as in like one, although they're not necessarily one-time use because you can retrieve bullets and arrows. I am going to say that you can get +1 items like arrows as well as sling bullets, and of course, like you were saying, Deglin, potions, scrolls, stuff like that. Because they are, consumable items. So I will say, yes, you can do that. Although it is, what is the normal cost for a sling bullet, Ronnie? Do you know?
Oh shoot, let me look. I have no idea. Are you talking a +1 or a non-magical?
Non-magical, because I'll give it my own. I'll give it my own cost
right now.
Yeah, let me look.
Sling bullets, a dozen or 15 silver pieces.
All right. So it's much more expensive.
Or 10. I'm sorry, 10 silver pieces for a score.
Right, and so I'm going to look here really quick. Does sling bullets +1 sling bullets? Is it even in the DMG?
I'm there as well, so I can go look.
Looking here.
I don't see them. I see a sling of seeking, but not about the bullets.
Yeah, but I am going to say that it's on the same cost of +1 arrows, so you can get up to 24 bullets for 120 gold, Ron.
Well, DM.
How about crossbow bolts?
120 gold. That would be about 3 acorns, DM.
Okay, so it's going to cost you 3 acorns +1 because there is a pretty hefty fee for currency conversion here in the Free City.
So, all right, fair enough.
120. And yes, same thing with crossbow bolts. It's going to be the same as arrows. You can get 20, and I will never go above +1. So if you ever want to get above +1, it's not happening. But I will go +1. Yep. You either got to find them or pay to have them made. But it's 120 gold for the +1 bolts as well.
Okay. And one other question: can I get? Yeah, I'll do 28. Can I get 2 potions of extra healing? Can I find that?
Yeah, like I said, potions I allow because they're consumable. So,
what's that going to cost me?
Extra healing. Sorry, 800 gold pieces for each potion of extra healing.
All right, deal. Take it.
John, just so you know, Honor Arcana has magic sleep bullets and magic bolts in
Oh,
the
it does have.
miscellaneous weapons, page 89. Not really. Yeah, they're about 120. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's
for
fine. Yeah.
up to 20 of them. Yeah.
I use my platinum coin and give him 24 platinum coin to pay for it.
Look at that. And he likes that. Thanks for that, Varys. I never even think about looking in here to see.
Well, I bought a reprint like last year sometime.
Yeah.
Because my old one is
Yeah, so it is for 20 bullets, it's 120 gold. For you can actually get 36 crossbow bolts for 120 gold.
I thought that was each.
It says bolt plus 1, 6 to 36 in number. So
yeah,
I'm going to say I don't think it's 120 gold apiece.
No.
I think it's for the litter of them.
Yep.
So that's my judgment. That's what I'm going by. So you can spend 180 gold each if you want.
Yeah.
No,
He'll take
when
it.
I sold those arrows, I sold them at 16 arrows at 300 each. So I need to change that.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry
need
about
to
it.
change that. Yeah.
Oh, if you mean for this latest treasure we had? Yeah, if you could update that would be great. But if it's something in the past, I'm not worried about. But yeah, it's for a batch. So whatever it shows the batch, that's the max you can get, and the gold piece sale is going to be the max you can get. So it's a prorated amount based on how many you actually have. So if you have 36 plus 1 bolts, you can get 120 gold for it. But if you only got 6, you're only getting 20 gold. Make sense?
Sure. Okay. I just have to make some changes.
Yeah. Nope. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Don't have to hurry it. So whenever you get it. So, anyway, so Ronnie. So while Ronnie is off shopping, while you guys are going, Ronnie and Nephron are off shopping, whilst you guys go to the library, I assume. So I'm just going to move you guys down to the library. Baron's been pretty quiet this session. Hasn't been a lot going on, but this is your element, sir.
Yeah, we're going to need your help.
This is your element as you guys arrive at the library to do some research on such things. You arrive at the library, and of course, as you step inside, you can see the mystical globes of light providing a dim shadow throughout the place. It's relatively quiet, dust-free, as you see several of the librarians moving about, doing things such as putting books back on the shelves, dusting, cleaning, etc., etc. And when you arrive, a attendant librarian sort of passes you by and wishes you good day, and that should you need any information in your search.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to.
Go, Varys.
I was just going to interrupt him and tell, give me your head librarian and all your assistants. And I plopped down 100 gold.
And I look at the assistant there, and I say, "Help my friend out, please."
As he looks and he looks and he goes, "Oh, Master Baron, of course. Whatever you need, sir." And he grabs the coin, shakes it, grabs a coin and bites it, smiles and rushes off. And about 5 minutes later, you see a well-appointed individual wearing a complete set of white robes, emblazoned with various arcane symbols. About his neck, he has a ruby necklace with a starburst behind it. His head is relatively bald, slicked back with gray hair tied in a tight, small, short ponytail in the back. Looks like he has his hair cut. but he has it enough that he could put a slight point, like almost like a George Carlin kind of a look as he comes out without the beard and stuff. And he sort of steps out and he goes, "My attendant librarian was very, very excited, and I am sure that there must be some urgency to your request for you to donate such a liberal amount of coin to the library, good sir." And Baron, you recognize the head librarian as he sort of looks at you and nods in your direction. So, Master Baron, these are friends of yours then?
Yes, they are. Could you?
Sorry. Boris Jimenez is the name of this particular individual. You know that he's not the head of the library. You've heard whispers that the head of the library is actually an elf, although he has never been seen, at least not by you. So you're not sure what's up with that. But you do know Boris is like, they have like 3 or 4 head, quote unquote, head librarians that rotate through on various days and times and stuff, sharing the load. But you have sort of worked with all of them, but you recognize Boris as, again, he looks at you as, "Are these your friends?"
Yes, these are my friends. I would like you to assist them in their researches as you would assist me.
But of course. Please, for this much coin, you have your own private room. Follow me. And he leads you to the back of the library. As you get further back, it gets a little dustier and a little darker, but eventually you're led into a small reading room. Say again, Baron?
I wave my friends ahead of me.
Okay. As you all file into this room, it's a small, probably 8 by 10 room with a single table, some padded chairs, a couple of empty bookshelves line each wall, in which, Baron, typically what you do is you'll grab books, you'll study them, whatever, and when you're done with them, you put them on the bookshelf, and then the attendants will come by eventually and clean up the bookshelves to return the books to wherever they may have been. So, what is it that we are searching for today? I have 3 of my finest researchers and delvers. Just tell them what it is that you seek, and we shall do research with you and aid you in your research, I should say.
I need everything concerning the 2 devastations, the 2 cataclysms.
Yes.
Especially anything related to the ruins of Tovag.
Tovag. That name is familiar, but yes, of course. So you wish to know about the Suel or the Bakluni?
How about both?
Okay, so we shall.
Because we don't know what we're looking for, only that it involves maybe both of them.
Okay. So.
Or whomever ruled Tovag, and
okay,
because that's the primary area of concern at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the surrounding area would be good.
Okay. Sweet. So 3 young attendants arrive to aid you guys in your research. Bless you.
Bless you.
Where is? God, that's slow. Okay. And so they take their marching orders, and in particular, one of them goes to research ancient Suel and the other ancient Baklunish. And they begin to bring books back for you guys to delve into. Takes about an hour or so for you guys to go through the first few books as they continue to go and look out more, kind of refining things as you go. So the first thing that you learn is that the Sewell and the Baklunish seem to be at war for centuries. Both of the nations contained wizards and wielded magic of great power, and it is long since been believed by modern day theorists that the magic that they wielded was infinitely more powerful than the magics that we wield today. Much of what they wielded was lost at the closing of the war. And so, Varys, you find out that the Sewell were actually primarily to the south, sort of the mid regions, and then to the south. And they inhabited lush valleys, fertile plains, and whatnot. And the Baklunish, according to the Sewell, the Baklunish were always trying to usurp and take their land from them. And so the Sewell Empire called down a great power known as the Invoked Devastation. And such was the Invoked Devastation that it killed all living things, plant, animal, you name it. It was destroyed in the Invoked Devastation brought on by the Sewell. And so you kind of get it from the Sewell background that the Baklunish were always trying to take their land because the Sewell wanted the rich, fertile farmlands and stuff like that for their people, and the Sewell didn't want to give up that territory, and so wars were fought for centuries until the Sewell finally said, we've had enough of this.
Yeah, I remember we went into that one desert. I think it was Presential's Mount. We went into those
Right,
rooms.
you guys did go into a desert, but that was actually a different desert that was in the central Flyness.
Oh, okay.
That was down around the Pomarge and stuff, and so there is a desert there, but it was created a different way. But we can always research that if you ever get interested. However, Baron, as you're going through, while the guys are going through the Sewell books and learning and stuff, you pick up about the Baklunish, and in truth, the Baklunish lived to the northern region. So the Sewell or the Sewelese, or Sewell as they're called, were to the south, and the Baklunish to the north. And according to the Baklunish, the Sewell are so racist that they believe that if you are not 100% pureblood Sewell, you do not deserve to live. And so, or if you do live, you need to be subjugated and just take your station at our feet, so to speak. And so, according to the Baklunish, the Sewell were always trying to subjugate everybody around them, and that included the Baklunish. And so the Baklunish were constantly fighting off incursions by the Sewell into their territory, but not to take land, but to take people and subjugate them into slaves. And so, while about the same time as the Sewell were bringing down the Invoked Devastation, the Baklunish called down a horrid curse known as the Rain of Colorless Fire. And so essentially they rained fire from the sky, and it burned away everything from the central lands all the way south to the southern oceans, and completely destroyed and wiped away the land in what is today known as the Sea of Dust. And so there's nothing but an ocean of sand, and they say that the magics that were interacted between the invoked devastation and the rain of colorless fire to this day leave what they call pockets of living magic, where the magic literally comes alive and is almost like a sentient being, and it like is just terrifyingly destructive. But the more that you guys read into, the more, and based on your visions that you had, Deglin, as you're kind of looking through, it doesn't, your dream did not suggest that it was a desert or a sandy desert of any kind. To you, it was more like an mountain steps, like where there nothing can grow, but it's not sand. It's like broken rock, right? So like an arid land. And
An
so,
arid land.
Yeah, so
I'll pass that along too. So.
Yeah, so as you guys are reading through, you get more of a feeling that the land that you were dreaming about is probably more to the north. If not central lands, it was probably more to the north because, like I said, the rain of colorless fire literally turned everything to ash, whereas the invoked devastation destroyed all living things, but it didn't like burn the ground to ash, right? It just left it dead. And so that's sort of the first things that you guys, probably about an hour or so into your investigation or so, that's what you guys find.
Okay, now is there anything in this research that gives me that resembles the dream that Deglin had?
Yeah, give me just 1 second. I'm being asked a question. Hang on.
Back fracture. She's going to the trauma center.
Oh no. You okay? I mean, she can walk though, right? She's just fractured.
She had no feeling.
Oh no.
From her hips down, she didn't have any feeling, so we don't know.
Oh bueno. Okay. Yeah, let us know if you want to go. Let me know. A very good friend of ours, her daughter they live in Canada, her daughter and her husband. They're visiting down here, and they were doing something, and the daughter was up on the roof, and she's probably like 30 or so, I guess, or close to it, and she fell off the roof, and apparently she's got a fractured back. So,
ooh,
yeah, no bueno. So, said she had like numbness or no feeling from her waist down when she first fell. So,
Oh, that's not good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's knock on wood that and say prayers if you're the praying type. So
Yeah, when I was 50, I was up on the roof replacing shingles
yeah,
after Hurricane Wilma, but
Yep.
not anymore.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, all right. So, so as you're searching through, yes, actually, your research, Baron, you find that the land, if it is where you guys are going, right? If it is in fact dealing with the twin cataclysms, the region of the Backloonish, or the lands that they owned and controlled and ruled, are more in line with the vision that Deglin had. So after about the first hour or so, that's kind of the gist that you guys had. Now, I should very much like for everybody to give me an intelligence check, and I'm sorry for the ads that are coming up.
So would that be at a -1 DM on our roll?
So yes, everybody gets a plus or minus 1. Ronnie, you're still out shopping, so you would not be with these guys while they're researching, but
just looking for a chance to roll, DM. That's cool.
Ronnie, go ahead and roll. So Ronnie can send good vibes your guys' way. So okay. I just need to roll your intelligence. I like it.
They're all failing. Oh my God.
I like it.
Oh, who rolled that? Maris rolls a 1.
Yep, I will just need to wait for the one guy that's probably sleeping by now.
Monkey!
I'll wait on Monkey.
We got nanners.
Monkey, we got nanners.
Well, donate to your church. We help
Wake up, monkey. Tino. All right, I'll roll for monkey because
I'm here.
Okay.
There he is.
He's not here. He's just he's listening to the stream and he had to run back from the bathroom. So, give me a roll an intelligence check.
How does
Monkey.
that affect on people?
I don't know why you're rolling a d12, but I'd rather a d20.
He's on the other end of the bell curve there.
There we go. Nice. So while you guys are searching through and you're going through the books and whatnot, the next hour or so they bring your research gets refined to the more backloonish areas, right? And Varys, as you're Baron. Well, first of all, Varys, you find a reference with the word Tovag, but it's not just Tovag. It's two words. It's Tovag Baragu. And so you find that reference, and then Baron sort of takes off, and he's like, "Oh shit, I saw that somewhere." And Baron flips back through, and Baron, you find a reference to a place known as Tovag Baragu, which used to be, legend says it's the capital, where the capital city of the Backloonish were. However, now they call it the navel of the earth because from high above it looks like a giant belly button on the earth. It's literally a huge set of standing stones. And those stones stretch for probably, I don't know, a good 1,000 feet around, or the standing stones are probably a good like 3 football fields in circumference, or whatever you want to call it. But it is a massive set of sending stones that match the vision that that Deglin and Ronnie Noblight have been having. About this time, Nephron, you and Ronnie Noblight managed to finish your shopping expeditions, and you're able to join your friends. It's getting to be a little later in the day. 5:36, the sun is beginning to set, but as you guys arrive, you see that there are probably 4 dozen books, if not more, strewn about these tables as the 6 of you kind of gather around and pore over these tomes. Can I get another intelligence check from everybody, please?
Yeah, let's see if I can do a little bit better.
Is it a negative one? Because it might actually.
Come on, everybody, hurry up!
Yeah, so you just.
I made it! Yay!
Okay, something happened.
Did it?
Oh no, Ronnie got a nat 20, so that's pretty good. I should give him that one because he got a nat 20.
No, intelligence check is low.
Yeah, I know, but it's still, if you roll a nat 20, that's kind of like
He probably couldn't even find his way back to the library.
So, as you guys are searching through, digging in even more, Deglin, you and Zadkiel sort of find some information. Once you find out about this Tovag Baragu, you actually find a little bit of information. It's as I said, its nickname is the Navel of the Earth. Tovag Baragu is literally Backloonish for Navel of the Earth. And they call it. They also say that they are stone circles. And so, Ronnie, that kind of intrigues you. They are the Tovag Baragu. Apparently resides along a giant lake in the dry steppes on the western side of the Crystal Mist Mountains. So on the western side, in the lands that were destroyed by the twin cataclysms, in this case the invoked devastation was cast upon the Baklunish Empire and it destroyed everything, but these standing stones remain standing, and they're on the edge of this large lake in the steppes. None of the historical context that you guys have been able to go through can tell you where the stones actually came from. Some believe they even predate the Baklunish, that the Baklunish just kind of built their empire around these things that already existed, but you're not sure. But there are many nomadic tribes that roam the dry steppes, and they consider this to be a great holy place because they believe that these stones provide access for their spirits to travel to the happy hunting grounds or to the next plane of existence, wherever that plane may be. They say that these stones have the ability to open up these gateways for the spirits to traverse to other planes when it's time to pass on. But there's one thing that Baron finds that really concerns him. There is a name that gets associated with the Tovag Baragu. And as soon as Baron sees it, he kind of closes the book and kind of looks around. Baron, I'll let you decide if you want to tell everybody. But the name Vecna is related to the Tovag Baragu. And so
didn't we just kill that person?
You're not sure. You're not sure.
Yeah, that's who we killed. Yeah.
You're not sure what Vecna has to do or why, but there is a lot of text that you find that relates to the cult of Vecna, believing that that is some kind of a holy relic to their long since dead god, goddess, god, whatever he is. But as soon as you see that, you kind of close that. So I will give you the option on whether or not you want to tell the group that, we're looking at, and you kind of put two and two together, Baron. believes he has found some kind of a great power. He's heading west, allegedly, apparently, perhaps, to the Tovag Baragu. The Tovag Baragu is rumored to be affiliated with Vecna somehow. And Vecna was an incredibly powerful mage who had all kinds of and all sorts of magic power from the ancient world. And if Ayuz has found a way to tap into that, he could be channeling the power of Vecna through himself, combining himself with Vecna's power, which could in turn give him what he needs to ascend to godhood, if it were to go unchecked.
So Vecna's not a god in this Greyhawk.
Yeah, he's not a god here.
Okay.
He's more along the lines of Ayuz, like a demigod kind of.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what he is on game originally. But yeah, okay.
Yep. And so the Tovag, as I said,
Is Tovag a plural then?
So the Tovag, the Tovag is a giant set of standing stones, kind of like the Druid Circle. But think of a Druid Circle on a 10 times. And
yeah, well, I've actually been to like Stonehenge and stuff.
Yeah, so you're not, according to what you guys have read, the local native tribes believe that they provide gateways to the plains so that when you die, your spirit can go.
Okay.
Now, if you want to translate that every legend has some seed of truth in it,
Yeah.
it's quite possible to infer that maybe there is something to this. Combine that with the fact that you've already read several passages and gone through some texts that describe the results of the invoked devastation and rain of colorless fire, which are commonly known as the twin cataclysms.
Yeah.
That there are pockets of unhinged magic, like wild magic, just blasting about. So there's no telling what you may find if that is in fact where you're destined to go.
Well, I've closed the book. I am pinching the bridge of my nose and thinking real hard.
Okay.
Well, guess we're planning a trip.
And shake my head. And I look at my companions and I go,
Is there more info on like the people or things that might be living near this stone circle that we might have to interact with?
Most of them are nomadic.
If the information says that Ayus is after something.
Well, he might have wiped them out on his way there, but yeah.
Yeah, so textually, what you find is in the dry steppes, it's very nomadic people.
Okay.
So yes, there are those that are descendants from the Baklunish Empire. There are also some regions a little farther north, like in Ekbir and Ket and Tuzmit. Think of those as sort of like Aladdin type regions, that sort of a society, but those are north of the dry steppes. You got that region, which is along the northern coasts. Then you come further south into the dry steppes, where everything was blown away, and now it is literally the dry steppes. But there is water there. The lake, like think of the Great Salt Lake, right in the middle of the plains, right? So you got this big lake, and along this lake is the Tovag Baragoo. And further south of that, you got some mountainous regions, and on the south of that, you got the Sea of Dust, right? So the mountainous regions split the middle of the country, and I'll post a regional map for you guys to kind of take a look and see what I'm talking about. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't want to.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Say Paris knows this or that.
Right.
Is he one?
Yeah.
So dry steppes is, you're thinking like Mongolian type?
Yeah, there you go. Very much like a Mongolian type of region.
All right. So we're not. And you say it's like August, mid-August.
Right now it is. Yeah, right now it's an August sort of a time frame.
So about how long from Greyhawk is it to get there?
It depends on if you can teleport or you got to go overland. If it's overland, you're talking about 6 weeks travel, 8 weeks travel, maybe.
Well, we can probably teleport. Well, we can probably find somebody that can teleport us.
We can use the boots of levitation.
Boots of levitation and somebody, Dust Devil, boots of levitation, good to go.
All right. Well, let's make some notes, and we'll have to talk to the priestess and see if we can arrange some kind of transport there and get supplies and.
Before we merrily step into the desert to search for this thing, there are mentions in that book. There are mentions in that book that remind me, that Vecna is involved.
Well, who's a Vecna?
Oh,
As I play the elf that might know, might not know, because elves have long histories on things.
Yep.
Short version, bad evil guy.
But Ross knows very well, but Paris does not.
Okay. And it seems that if Ayus is headed in this direction, using the magics that would be available, that are stored in that zone Vecna, okay, he might be able to achieve godhood.
Well, I mean, technically, Ayus is the child of, he's kind of a divine child of an unholy union as it is.
This would be the next step up.
Well, yes, that's what the ascendant on the receipt means. I was afraid that's what it meant. And that means we need to probably hurry up and not let it happen. I hate to be a good guy again, but that's how it is.
We have managed to survive him twice.
Well, I mean,
with Vecna's magics, it's going to be incredibly difficult.
Well, he's not in his home place, so he's going to have to deal with whatever is. I mean, sure, he's not going to be probably instantly killed by a trap, but all the men and stuff he took with him are expendable, so he's going to waste all of his resources to get to what he wants to get to. So all we gotta do is deal with him, or stop him enough that he doesn't think it's worth it anymore. So
I suggest we get there before him.
So just as a heads up, if you sort of scroll out and you scroll right down in the center of this map, you can see the lake.
I see it right there.
Yeah, you see Lake Udrakankar, and then you can see right along the edges of the lake is where the Tovag Bargu is.
Oh, so looks like we might have our boat come in handy then.
This little town to the north is not around in my world, but the Tovag Bargu is. But just so you can kind of scroll out and see, you have to the south down here, you've got the Sulhot Mountains.
Oh, that little lake, yeah.
Yeah, so the Sulhot Mountains, they create a border between the Baklunish up here to the north, and to the south is the Sea of Dust, which is where the Sua is. And so now it's the plain of the Panoms, which is the Mongolian type region, the dry steppes, the Mongolian region. Over here, the Crystal Mist Mountains.
Those mountains, yes.
Yeah, you guys were there, although you were in the barrier peaks to the south. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you guys that just so you could get an idea.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to press him here. Hey, is this V-Dude, is he like you say he's like a lich, an archmage, something nasty like that?
Something like almost like a demigod to an extent.
Well, I mean, he's not gonna let the old one just have his power then. So,
no, there's gonna be either some type of bargain made or there will be a battle between the two. That's why he probably took half his army with him.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm sure that dude probably has his own army of some kind, right?
Yeah.
So, well, then all we need to do is sneak by both of them and take whatever the heck they're fighting over, right?
Well, we can always we can always check on our strongholds to see if we got any followers.
I don't think my followers are leaving Greyheart. So,
Mine are in Diamond Lake, and I've equipped them pretty well. They've got good armor and weaponry.
yeah, I mean, this is going to be something we're probably going to have to handle, unless we have some powerful allies we can call in. But
You know, I can't imagine. I can't imagine these, the old this old god, and Vecna sharing power.
Oh, one will definitely betray the other sooner or later, but they might join up temporarily for the mutual benefit.
I can see what the old god would gain, but I'm not sure what Vecna would get out of this.
Well, that's when I'm confused. I mean, out of game, I know this. Isn't Vecna dead and only parts of his body are still remain, like his hand and his eye and something like that?
Well,
it depends on I game. It depends entirely upon what Sean uses, because there's a ton of Vecna material.
Right.
And
then there's also Kaz too.
I've used them in my own games in the past. So
isn't Kaz also associated with Vecna?
Yeah, is there any mention of his lieutenant?
Yeah.
Nothing. Well, you guys haven't really done any research on Vecna. You've only been
we probably should.
You've
Yeah.
only been researching the Tovag, etc. Right?
Yeah.
So, nothing in that you guys have read mention anything about his henchman or lieutenant.
All right, let's
himself.
So when we put some of the other books back in the stack,
okay.
and they come back in, we'll ask for everything about Vecna, I guess.
Okay.
To add into that, and we have a roll over.
I suspect that the old god is looking for items of power.
Right, Vecna's hand, Vecna's eye. There was something else.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you guys put it away, and you begin to do a little more research onto who or what Vecna is. There is much research on Vecna. No need to roll, because there is a lot of research, a lot of papers, a lot of content regarding Vecna. First of all, he was born centuries ago, before the Twin Cataclysms, apparently. He was human, of Flanish descent, and allegedly he was a talented magic user who gained in prominence, eventually becoming really powerful as an archmage. He allegedly was betrayed by one of his own lieutenants.
Kaz.
Yeah. So Kaz allegedly took his blade and cut off Vecna's hand and put out his eye, and but Vecna eventually, according to legend, he is now has attained lichdom,
right,
and his hand and his eye are allegedly artifacts of great power in their own right, and they have been lost to time. So nobody knows like where they are, but they say that if you possess even one of them, you possess half the ability of and half the power of Vecna. To possess both of them, you become like Vecna himself, But again, they have been lost to time, so nobody knows.
So with that information, could we deduce that he
No,
may already have one of those, and now he's going for the second piece?
No, there's no indication that he may have either.
so he's looking for one of them at least. Then.
Yeah, interestingly, there is some information about the Tovag Bargu, and the reason that the cult of Vecna tends to consider that a holy place is because Vecna was able to use the Tovag, and the fact that there is all this strange, weird magic that goes on around it. He was actually able to create a plane and time hopping sort of series of portals within the Tovag, but only Vecna knew how to operate it. And so it's quite possible that people seeking the ancient magics could use the portals to transport themselves back to a time when that magic was still around and maybe learn or gain, or maybe go after Vecna himself, obviously, because it's his domain. But that's a lot of theoretical sort of stuff that gets outside of the basic facts that Vecna is allegedly a lich. He lives somewhere on another plane now, out of people's hair, but he's always got machinations going on about, how he either wants to return or get more power, or whatever the case may be. His cult has been...
I thought the tribes are going to be difficult.
Yeah, his cult has been thrown down 2 or 3 times in the past few centuries, as they have tried to kind of revive their order and whatnot. Priests of Foltis are very, very watchful and wary to make sure. They are some of the most stringent anti-Vecna folks there are. If there's ever anybody who's not anti-Vecna, but the priests of Foltis almost have like their mission to prevent Vecna from making a reappearance in this plane of existence. But that being said, that's the most of what you guys get. If there's something specific you want to know about Vecna, that's totally fine. If I feel it's common knowledge, I'll just answer it. But if it's something that I feel might not be, I'll make you roll for it. But is there anything other that you guys want to research or dig into regarding the Sewell, the Baklunish, the Tovag itself? Because our next step is we're going to have to prepare for an expedition to apparently the Dry Steppes.
I would agree. The only thing that kind of gets me concerned a little bit is crossing planes of existence as well as time travel. if there's using some type of power to travel back in time or whatever, then
wouldn't that be
we
cool?
have no capability of dealing with that.
Well, the Tovag itself.
Have the artifacts of Vecna have they have rumors of their discovery been around?
Not that you've heard. Nothing in the text or anything. They haven't been seed for he was. It's been 1,000 years since he's been born, and it's probably since the time of the cataclysms that they were last known, that you know of, that you're aware of.
Okay, so there's no okay.
Yeah, so close to 1,000 years now since they've been seen. It's been about 800 to 900 years since the twin cataclysms happened. And to your knowledge, nothing since that time has ever been reported or rumored. And there's certainly nothing in the texts that you've been reading that indicate that.
So, a question: do we know if we do have to go plane hopping or time traveling? Do we know if it's going to affect our magic items and stuff?
No, you're not sure what different planes may do to your magic items. That's definitely a food for concern.
Okay.
As far as traveling planes, you guys still have 5 plane shift scrolls. You used 2 of them because you had 7, but you used 2 of them to go to Doraka and back. So I believe that you still have 5 remaining. So if anything were to happen with the Tovag, at least if you're with Baron, Baron can get you home because he does have that plane
Well,
shift.
I know we've
If
been
we're
to some
able to-
other places, like when we were in the Amber adventure and stuff, but
Right.
If we're
Yeah.
able to stop Ayu's, excuse me, the old one, in in the desert, then in the steppes, then that would take care of most of the problem.
Well, yes, but we need to be prepared for anything because we've had the home places before, so it's best to have either knowledge and or preparation. So we probably should take some of this to the priestess and have her, since they're hired.
Is it safe to assume that the eye and the hand are not in that area?
No.
No, it's not. I would assume
I would assume nothing.
I would assume at least one is there.
It makes sense.
Otherwise you wouldn't go there. So, assume at least one of them is there, but we'll see. Or he'll have to use it as a gate to go somewhere where it is. So,
yeah.
Either way, we gotta stop him.
These himself.
I don't want him ruining my life.
So, yeah, that's the plan then. The second portion of that plan is in case we fail, all 30 barrels of that wine has got to be blessed. So I don't care who does it, but it's got to be blessed.
All right. All right. And with that, my friends, that is where we're going to end tonight's game. I appreciate everybody. We will be gaming next week. I do not plan to game this coming Friday. My wife has spring break, so I want to be able to do something Friday night and maybe Saturday or whatever with her. So we are not going to be gaming this coming Friday for those that are in the know. Next session, just be prepared. By next session, I see you guys are already doing up the treasure and stuff like that. I will divvy up some treasure tonight. Everybody should have already leveled and done all their hit points and all their ability updates, and if they got new spells and all that.
Yeah, because I would still like to get those spells out of that illusionist's book.
Yep. Did you mark down the ones that you can use?
I sent you a text on Discord saying the ones that the ones that I could use.
Yep. Okay. I know you did. I just probably forgot. So I will go. I got a couple stuff I got to update on player sheet. So I will make sure that I get the experience added to everybody's so that they can update the character sheet. I will add the spells for you guys that got new spells to make sure to add. I don't think I have to. I just need to add the scrolls and stuff to your guys' character sheets. I don't have to add anything for the clerical spells, but I will add the spells. You got the list of spells from tonight, right, Baron?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've got the ones that are ones that apply to me.
Okay. So do you want to keep them as scrolls or do you want to add them to your character sheet?
I'd like to add them to character sheet. I don't have a right spell.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll add it.
My spell book. I don't have a right spell for some reason.
We'll do that. I'll give that as a freebie. You should, every magic user should have a write and a read magic. All right. So what I mean is, I know you already have some of the spells in your spell book. I'm going to drop all the scrolls on your sheet for everybody. I just need to know if you want to add them to your spell book. Which of those you want added to your spell book, and I'll just add those to your spell book, and I'll add the rest as scrolls. and then you can deduct the appropriate amount of coin.
Okay, yeah, because the 3 spells that you mentioned here are spells that I don't have.
Okay.
First level spells. The other ones, I either know them or I have another source for them.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
And then if we're able to go ahead and sell the illusionist spell book to the that thing, so much the better.
Okay. That'll work. All right. So with that, we're gonna go raid somebody. I don't know who we're gonna raid, but
I'm gonna go raid my pet.
oh, come on. You guys need to hang out once in a while just so that we can go the raid together. But doesn't really look like we have.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's go ahead and go over to Game Master Eric. Haven't raided him in a while, so let me see. Is that? Yep. So we're gonna get a raid going over onto him. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I definitely hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again, Excel, for the Nat 1. I am gonna carry that one over because we did not get a chance to use it at all tonight. But like I said, we are not streaming Friday, but we'll be back here next Monday, and as our party will begin their expedition prep. So over the next week, players, I recommend you kind of sit down and think to yourself, what might I need to go on an 8-week expedition, or however long it's going to take, or an expedition that might take me to another plane of existence. So just remember, in a world you can be anything you want. All we ask is that you be kind. We shall see you next week. And as I said, thanks again for hanging out with us tonight. See ya.
Good enough.